Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Cable Channel 15 TV. We're on the road, first conference game of the year. We're at Hoxie, the Hoxie Mustangs, and what a quality football program those guys have been for the last 10, 12, 15 years, especially when Coach Sears got here several years ago. David Black with Hayden Schultz, Brian Prince, and Dan Klepeshka, Ben Black doing the producing, the directing. We appreciate all the folks who talked about our Facebook Live videos that we did. Thank you so much for looking at those. We're about 6 or 7 minutes away from kickoff. Hayden, welcome to the broadcast once again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big game for the Hounds tonight, like we said on Facebook Live if you weren't watching. First conference game, and it's on the road. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be a lot of going back and forth here. Hoxie, you know, they're a good football team, coming off a big win against Cave City, and they're coming out. Coach even said that they think they have a good chance of beating Newport this year. So
I've seen that.
We'll see how it goes. You know, the Hounds, they've been playing phenomenal on defense, and it looks like the offensive line's starting to click, especially with Monquell Cox and Cash Forrester at quarterback and running back.
Brian, defensively, our football team has been outstanding.
They have just kept the momentum building, and you know, the worst thing a team can do is get in a fourth down play against our defense, because it's not going to happen. It hadn't happened this year. I mean, we're just, you know, we're shutting them down. You've heard us say the 3 previous games, Orange Crush, the Swarm. I mean, that's just defines our defense right now.
I want to remind everybody that the lead sponsor, White River Medical Center, the medical complex in Newport, you know, physical therapy is now available at the WRMC Medical Complex in Newport. Hunter Finney, the physical therapist, will work with patients one-on-one at the WRMC Medical Center to help them maximize independence. She offers a wide variety of specialized techniques, including techniques that help you with movement in the arms, the legs after surgery or an injury, issues with vertigo, balance, Parkinson's disease. For more information about physical therapy at the WRMC Medical Complex Newport, call 870-262-1271. Captain's meeting at the center of the field. Normally you see at any level of football anymore, the team that wins the toss usually defers, and let's see what happens here. Hoxie has won the toss, and they've elected to receive, so I make the comment. What do I know? I'm only the announcer. But, guys, we're 4.5 minutes away. I want to remind everybody the pregame show, Arkansas Steel Associates, for many, many years helping Greyhounds, the Greyhounds be on TV is what I'm trying to say. And we thank all those folks out there for many, many years being our pregame sponsor. Fellas, it's just a matter of executing. It's a matter of getting the football to the corner on offense and a matter of holding the edge defensively. And Hayden, no doubt, we got an offense that can run the football. We can throw the football. Hadn't had great success throwing the football, but we can throw it better than what we've thrown it this year. Cash Forrester can throw the football if you give him time to throw.
Absolutely, and Joe Broda's hurt last week. He's going to get to play tonight. Big tailback that we've got, him and Tariq Richardson and Monquell Cox, they just do a phenomenal job getting those guys in and out. And then the receiving core like Garrett Body, Alberto Garcia, Julius Clark, and then O'Shea Pruitt had over 100 receiving yards last week at the nutback position. So we have seen a little bit of different things that Cash can throw it, and you see him getting older and actually going through his reads and doing a great job.
Brian, well, also Luke Samaniego is back, but the news is not good for our good friend offensive tackle, defensive end. We lost a good one.
We did, and I was, I'd rather see him in the uniform, but he did come out tonight in a wheelchair. He's still a leader and will still be a vocal supporter of his team tonight. You can bank on that. But, talking about Luke Samaniego, I am glad to have him out to play, be able to play heading into conference play.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, the roads are going to get, every game's going to get stouter and stouter with our schedule.
The injury we're talking about was to Kobe McCoy, and he had surgery on his ankle, had a plate put in his ankle. This obviously out for the year, but we're going to miss that guy. But we talked about it the first 3 football games. Next man up every time. That's just what you got to do. We just got to have the next guy step up, and great to have Luke and Joe both back. And opening kickoff is going to be brought to you by Harris Ford. You can kick off your fall with great savings on their F-Series pickup trucks at Harris Ford. We're just about ready to go, and I got a chance to visit with the officiating crew before the football game. Know a lot of those guys. I know these guys will do a great job. But we're about ready to go with the kickoff and the play-by-play. Here's the play-by-play man for Cable 15 TV, Hayden Schultz.
Number 19, Rolando Noguez is going to kick it off. Going to be a high kick, fielded right around the 24-yard line. There's a great tackle, Julius Clark. Great job, Julius Clark. Good pursuit right there for the kickoff team.
Man, as you watch the kick in the air, I watch to make sure they're staying in their lanes. All of our guys did. Julius came through his lane, made the tackle by himself.
Ball going to be fielded at the 28-yard line. Alex Emery, Dalton Phillips, and Julius Clark out there. Also, Alberto Garcia. Big offensive line for the Hoxie Mustangs. See if we can get after them. There's the snap. Just going to throw a little slant right there. We wrap him up.
Pass is complete to number 5, Gavin Walker.
Gain of 7 on their first possession, or first play.
Well, you knew coming in that Hoxie was going to have some wrinkles that we probably normally have not seen on film, and our defense has been stingy on the ground, and I really think these guys are going to have to try to open up our defense do that by throwing the football.
Absolutely. 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. There's the snap, handoff right up the middle. He's met by Luke, makes a guy miss. Great wrap up. He's going to get the first down.
Yep, he was running hard, gave up. He got a gain of 6 there. We did get our gain tackling, but it was 6 yards later than we needed it to be.
I will say this. I know Coach Tom Sears, and they will play hard. This football team will play hard regardless of what happens in the football game. Huge offensive line. Guys that come right off the football, and obviously a huge size advantage with their offensive line and our defensive front.
1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line for the Mustangs. A little heavy set to the right here. Motion to the right. Here's the snap, just going to hand it off up the middle. He's met by Tydrell Fryer, and the Hounds just going to wrap him up there.
Gain of about 3 there. Their offensive line is getting a real good push on our line right now. Our D-backs are having to make the tackle.
Hoxie's got a big physical line, something that the Hounds really haven't seen this year as far as size-wise. 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. There's the snap. Gonna hand it off. And makes a guy miss. Great running right there by Hoxie.
Yep, he followed his blockers, found him a little crease there, and got him Hoxie a first down. Yeah, 10-16 to go here. Opening quarter, opening drive for Hoxie. No score yet.
And when you come out and open the game up, throwing the ball like that, it starts making your guys, your linebackers, scoot back a little bit, keeping honest in the pass game. 1st and 10, ball on the 48. There's a snap, just a handoff up the middle. He's tripped up.
Green Monster got him right there.
Hoxie had great success on their previous 2 first down plays. Got 7 on one, 6 on the other, and that time they got none. And you always hear the terminology playing behind the chains, and when you get 0 on first down, it sets up 2nd down and 10, obviously.
Ball still at the 48-yard line. There's the snap. Just going to hand it off at the middle again. He's wrapped up by O'Shea Pruitt. He makes a guy miss and going to fight for some extra yards there.
Yeah, he broke loose of that initial tackle. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6.
You first think, as those guys are in Newport's territory on 3rd and 6, you first think long play, dead call, dead play. See if the Hounds can stay on sides.
It's a humid night, so it's all going to see what kind of shape both these teams are in.
3rd and 5, ball on the 43-yard line. There's the snap, fake the handoff. He's hit the backfield.
That's
Dalton
a live
Phillips,
ball.
And it's live. Looks like Hoxie's going to jump on it. Dalton Phillips did a great job right there hitting the quarterback. Trying to run a little play action tunnel screen there.
Going to bring up a 4th down and Porsche.
When you blitz a linebacker like that on 3rd down, it opens up, and Dalton Phillips just shot through the gap and relentless to go get the quarterback.
Tydrell back to receive the punt with 8:37 and counting here in the first quarter. Hoxie Mustang Field.
There's a snap, and here's the punt. Good end-over-end punt. Tyrell going to let it bounce. He picks it up. Tyrell trying to get to the outside. Great pursuit right there by Hoxie.
Young man just never gave up.
8:20 to play here in the first quarter. We have no score. Newport's first offensive possession. The football game is brought to you by Sam's Diner, the bright yellow building down on 2nd Street. Lunch served each and every day of the week, Monday through Friday, and the White River Area Agency on Aging next door to Newport Glass Company. You can get help with assisted living and affordable housing at the White River Area Agency on Aging. Hound offense on the field, and we'll name them momentarily. And Cash Forster, obviously, your Newport Greyhound quarterback.
Joe Brodus going to get the start here tonight at tailback position. They're going to mark it at the 17, 1st and 10 for the Hounds. Try to go dead play there. You got Xavier Fosters who's going to play the offensive tackle for Kobe McCoy. JT Haynes in motion. Handed off to Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus, tough running. Finally brought down.
The motion confused him just enough to give him a little crease. And I like seeing that motion early on in the game.
Is going to bring up 2nd down at 8 for the Greyhounds.
2nd and 8. Ball on the 19-yard line for the Hounds. Zane Watkins still at center. You got Dalton Phillips at the left guard. Connor Prince at the right guard. And Alex Emery at the right tackle. Joe Brodus still in the ball game. Here's the snap. Handed off outside. Joe tries to cut it back up. They are going to throw a flag there.
Diamante Davis, there's a flag on the play.
First penalty of the game here at 7:40 to go. Opening quarter, no score.
Hoxie's backing up.
They're going to call a face mask.
Foul face mask against the Mustang. That's going to be
Joe Brodus, one of those guys who just keeps his head down and keeps chugging. And you got to give everything you got to get that young man down because he's a big body and he loves to keep those feet moving.
You know, as I look out there and look at this Hoxie football team, I mean, honestly, they're big, they're strong, they look like they're very fast, look like they're good athletes. This may be a pretty good football team we're seeing here tonight. 7.5 to play in the first, no score.
They when Hootens was published, they were 7 returning on each side.
1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line for the Hounds. Garrett Body, Julius Clark, JT Haynes, the wideout. There's the snap. We're going to look to pass. Got Julius open in the flats. He just drops it.
When you've got 7 returning starters on both offense and defense, you've got you've got something to work with there.
21, Julius Clark.
Because last year they weren't very good at all.
Bring up 2nd down at 10.
Well, the Hounds just tried a little quick out pass and had it open and just couldn't execute the play properly. Stops the clock with 7:13 to play in the initial quarter with no score.
Going to make it 2nd and 10 for the Hounds. Joe Brodus still at the tailback. There's a handoff to Joe up the middle. Joe makes a guy miss. Joe Brodus, tough running. Joe Brodus runs the guy over, cutting back, and they finally bring him down. Joe Brodus. That's what I said earlier. Joe Brodus, he's tough to tackle. He's a big body, and he's real low to the ground. I think he's only listed at 5'8".
You keep feeding him that ball, and plays like that are going to happen.
Yeah, he's one of those backs that's just got to have some carries. They may stop him for a play or two, but then again, he goes in there and he busts and he breaks a tackle and at the line of scrimmage, then he runs over a guy in the secondary, and then he's got a big game. 1st down and 10 Hounds inside Hoxie's territory at the 48-yard line.
And this is what I like when you got Joe Brodus, that pound, you got Monquel Cox back there. Monquel kicks it to the outside. Monquel Cox has got room. Great blocking on the perimeter, Garrett Body. Monquel Cox, 1st down and more.
Man, the last 2 plays, our offensive line is starting to gel again where they have left off. I mean, they've really got some good blocks right there.
Boy, and Body also, as just Hayden mentioned, out on the perimeter, blocking on the corner, got on his guy, wouldn't stay, just wouldn't go away, and that's just good perimeter blocking by Body.
That's unselfish, not getting the ball thrown to you, but you're still blocking.
Coach Reynolds works very well with those guys at stock blocking on the perimeter. They do a great job with it. 1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line for the Hounds. There's the snap, just a hand off to Monquel. Monquel trying to get outside. Monquel's hitting the backfield and then wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage.
Riggs on the tackle in the backfield.
6:05 remaining here in the first quarter. We have no score. The Hounds' first offensive possession of the night.
Just a great crowd over here for the Hounds tonight. These stands are full.
Going to give him a yard, make it 2nd and 9 with the ball on the 34-yard line. O'Shea Pruitt coming at that nub back position to your left. Monquel Cox still in at the tailback position. Here's the handoff up the middle. Monquel just follows behind the offensive line.
Cox up the middle, brought down at about the 36-yard line.
Gain up a couple, 2 or 3 yards there. Coming up on third down, 5:27 and counting, opening quarter, no score.
Going to bring up third down at about 5.
Monquel Cox has turned into a real good high school running back. Last year in junior high, you usually can just get the edge and run around guys, and now he says, hey, if I can get 4 right here, I'll stick my shoulder down, I'll run and get 4. Going to bring up third and about 6. Dead play, they do not fall for it. Ball at the 26-yard line. There's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Going to throw the out route to O'Shea Pruitt. O'Shea Pruitt, great job, O'Shea. Actually hit short of the chains, but then just fights it, gets an extra 2 yards.
That's an effort play. Just a great effort play. Squared up and kept going forward.
One of those senior leaders on this team, O'Shea Pruitt.
When your offensive line gives Cash the time, he's going to complete those passes.
And just like Hoxie did, when you start throwing the ball like that, it opens up the run game for guys like Monquel and Joe Brodus. 1st and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. O'Shea coming motion to the right. Here's a snap, just going to be a trap play.
Handoff up the middle to Cox.
Monquel Cox going to pick up a couple.
Gain of about
Put a little guy in motion, a little slow motion there, and it vacated the linebacker, and we tried to come back and get a trap block, and they just had an extra guy there. But I like the call. I like the call with the linebacker following the man in motion.
4:10 to go here in the opening quarter. No score. Greyhounds with their first possession of the night.
They have a bunch package here to the left. Joe Brodus can check into the ball game. There's a handoff. Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus, tough running Joe Brodus.
He's near a first down, depending on the spot.
Great job by the offensive line, getting that seal-off block, and then Dalton Phillips coming out and knocking out that defensive end, giving them a good hole for Joe Brodus.
Going to be a full yard short of the first down.
Make it 3rd and 1 for the Hounds with the ball on the 10-yard line.
Well, just execute a play right here is what you got to do.
Hoxie bringing pressure, it looks. O'Shea Pruitt can come in motion. There's a handoff up the middle. Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus hitting the backfield. Hoxie did a great job right there containing Joe Brodus.
Ethan Wilson in on the push.
Loss of about a half a yard, almost a yard.
It's going to be a loss of 1 for the Greyhounds. Going to bring up 4.
It looks like the Hounds are going to try to go for it.
Probably going to have a nice hard count.
This is a different Hoxie Mustang football team as we saw last year.
Yes,
These guys are very disciplined, have not jumped off sides yet. Doing a great job. Joe Brodus at tailback. There's snap, just going to hand it off to Joe on the outside. Joe's hitting the backfield. Joe Brodus, tough running. Joe Brodus, first down.
I've already said it once tonight, but that's nothing but effort play right there. Just hard, gritty effort.
Well, they brought linebackers. They brought the heat, and they had him tackled in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. He wasn't going to have anything to do with that. Then they had him stopped short of the first down again, and he just kept chugging. First down and goal for the Hounds. A huge offensive play, and that's all effort, as Brian says.
Joe Brodus just sticking his head down. He even ran over the right guard, Connor Prince, right there. 1st and goal for the Hounds. Garrett Body going to come in motion. Going to throw the slant to him. Pass is incomplete.
That was close. I thought it was going to be picked off.
Garrett Body did a great job getting his hand in there and knocking it down to make sure it wasn't intercepted.
Boy, he threw a strike in there. Second, it's 2nd and 2. Yep, 2nd and 2. 2:10 to go, opening quarter. Greyhounds with their initial drive, knocking on the door.
This is what the Hounds have been doing all year, just knocking off that clock and going down there and running the ball real heavy. Joe Brodus at the tailback. Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus just runs another guy over. Brodus is still up, and they're just pushing him in the end zone. Great job right there by the offensive line. Zane Watkins just goes in there and shoves him in.
Him and Garrett Body were both just helping with the play.
Great job by the offensive line, and Joe Brodus, once again, he never gives up. He is never going to give up.
2:03 to play in the first quarter, and the Hounds with their first touchdown.
The Hounds have covered some real estate to get another Bratcher Real Estate touchdown. Check out our listing at BratcherOneRealEstate.com. Orlando with the kick. It is up, and it's good.
2:03 to go here in the opening quarter. Hounds strike first, 7-0 on their first possession. A well-timed drive.
Computer repair, cell phone repair, broken glass in your cell phone, try SkyCap in the Newport Village Mall. And don't forget to ask them about their Sky-Fi WhisperNet for $19.99. Covering 95% of the county now. They're open from 8 to 7 Monday through Saturday. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy local. And that's kind of the same thing at SkyCap. Dr. Gavin McDowell, Custom Eyes Vision Care, located in the Village Mall, and Dr. Jeff Angel, orthopedic surgeon, Medical Park Orthopedic in Batesville. Also comes to Newport once a week, and you can call the MPOC Orthopedic Clinic at 870-793-2371 to find out how to schedule an appointment in Newport with Dr. Angel. Robert Turner, financial advisor for Edward Jones. Our focus areas include investor savings for retirement, retirees, college savers, individuals with insurance needs, and individuals with estate needs. All Robert Turner at Edward Jones.
This kickoff brought to you by Harris Ford, where they'd love to have you. Rolando going to kick it right around the 30.
Mustangs take the short.
Trip him up right around the 38-yard line.
Yep, great tackle there by Julius Pruitt.
Just shy of the 40-yard line.
We'll be looking for a Newport Auto Body collision of the week. Boy, we've had some collisions already this year that have been outstanding. We thank those guys for sponsoring. Of course, the George Kell Motor Company player of the game at the end of the broadcast to go along with the Mark Hansley report brought to you by Subway in the Walmart Supercenter.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball going to be marked at the 39-yard line. There's the snap. Just going to hand it off up the middle. He pulls it. Even pulled me right there. Great job by Hoxie.
Yeah, about gain of 9 on the play. He laid it in his belly and then took it right back and found him a crease.
We have an injured player on the field.
There is someone down for the Hounds.
When we talked last week about a football team that just couldn't stand a lot of injuries,
he's grabbing his shoulder.
we'll find out who the young man is, and obviously not a way to get a report, but
it's going to be Tyrell Fryer. Safety for the Hounds.
that's what you call a stinger. He's moving that shoulder around right now. Boy, when you get one of those things, it just goes up your neck, and not a very good feeling.
1:46 to go here in the opening quarter. Your Hounds up 7-0 over the Hoxie Mustangs.
Going to make it 2nd and 2. JT Haynes going to check in the ball game at safety position, replace Tyrell Fryer. Here's the snap, handoff up the middle. He's going to cut back to the left.
Davis around the left side across the 50.
Going to pick up a first down for the Mustangs.
Squat it down at about the 48. That's going to be enough for a Mustang.
They sealed us down and kept us from getting out there in the position we should have been in.
These guys have shown the ability to move the football. That's the 3rd first down against our Hound defense. We're just so used to our defense just shutting folks down. The quality football team here, and it's a conference game, and these guys are fired up.
1st and 10, ball on the 48-yard line. There's the snap. He's going to pull it to the left. Quarterback, he's hit. Great pursuit right there by the Hounds.
They didn't get the containment out there, and we got through there and made the tackle.
Going to pick up about 1 there, make it 2nd and 9 with the ball on the 47-yard line.
I believe that was Julius Clark on that tackle.
50 seconds, clock moving here in the first quarter. Hounds lead 7-0.
Julius Clark going to check out of the ball game. They're going to have James Dixon check in for him at the outside linebacker position. There's the snap, just a handoff up the middle to 4.
Davis up the middle around the left side of the line, brought down just shy of the 40.
Had a hole, and the Hounds go in there and close it up. Going to let him only pick up about 4 there.
That was James Dixon. He wrapped him up by the legs and got him down there.
Make it about 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs.
10 seconds to go here in the opening quarter.
Looks like they're just going to let the clock roll and go in the second quarter.
We've got 1 in the books. Hounds lead it 7-0 here at the quarter. Hounds with only 1 offensive possession, and they did what they had to do, get points on the board, and then the continuation of possession number 2 for Hoxie will go into the quarter. Farmers Tire Mart, all types of tires for cars, trucks, tractors, trailers, ATV, and lawnmowers. Get your tires at Farmers Tire Mart. Bank of England Mortgage Company. Kenny Thaxton, if you're looking for a home loan mortgage or just wanting to refinance maybe the mortgage that you have, give Kenny an opportunity to try to work with you. He's located in the Village Mall. His phone number is 870-495-3931, the Bank of England Mortgage Company. NEDC, always one of the great sponsors here on our Cable Channel 15 television broadcast. And, they're always looking for people in the community and people to do good things to help with NEDC, and that's what NEDC does, is people helping them and they helping us. No doubt that John Chadwell and Julie Allen at the Chamber, what a job they have done since they have combined forces down at the NEDC building, and just great working with those folks. We do interviews with them on the Business Spotlight each and every month, and we thank those guys for their hard work that they do for our community. Unity Health Harris Medical Center, located at 1205 McLean Street. All kinds of different services at Unity Health Harris Medical Center.
3rd and 4th for the Mustangs. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Big down right here for the Hound defense. There's the snap. Just going to hand it off the middle. He's met. Great job right there. Zane Watkins hits him first, and Dalton Phillips comes and finishes him off.
Running back, instead of coming up there and blasting up through there like they had, he got up there and got happy feet, and Zane introduced him to the turf.
3 things here. Long count number 1 you look for. Looks like they're bringing the punting team in. I don't think they're in the punting situation right here. They brought a bunch of guys in. It may not be the punting team, but I look for their offense to either run the quarterback, fake dive, and him running the football, or him throwing the football somewhere after a long count. Lining up in short punt formation like they're going to quick kick.
There's snap. He's just going to take a shot down the middle, and he drops it.
Oh, my.
And a touchdown, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was dialed up perfectly for the Mustangs, and he just drops it.
And a busted coverage by the Hound defense, and I mean just a total bust. But it did not hurt us. It was just a perfectly executed play. They found the guy wide open. He just could not corral it and put it away. Hello, Max.
Well, the only question I have is, why do you throw to your tight end that his left hand is in a cast? I mean, I just don't, great call.
Absolutely, but you need to do it on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, because look, you can see he's got a cast on.
Hounds are going to take over at the 42-yard line. Trips to the left. O'Shea Pruitt going to come in motion. Monquell Cox at tailback. Monquell's hitting the backfield. Monquell's going to lose a few, but there is a flag.
Late flag at that.
Might get a horse collar. It looked like that guy just jumped all over Monquell's back to drag him down.
Signaling 5-yard penalty.
Personal foul, face mask against the Mustangs.
They're going to call it a face mask.
Personal foul. That's the second one tonight on them. 11:09 to go. Second quarter, Hounds up 7-0.
They call a personal foul, but not going to give 15 yards from it. So it looks like it's going to be an accidental face mask and be just a 5-yard penalty and make it 1st and 9 for the Hounds. Monquell Cox at the tailback position. Here's the snap. Monquell up the middle. Monquell's got a crease. Monquell makes the guy miss. Monquell, he's going to run to the end zone, but there is a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
They are going to call it a holding penalty on the Hounds. Offensive line just trying to do a little bit too much there. Monquel had the hole.
Holding against the Greyhounds.
Tough break for the Hounds.
Spot foul. Ball will be spotted at
10:35 to go.
3-yard line.
Second quarter, Hounds up 7-0. If you're just joining us, the Hounds took their opening possession in the first quarter and drove it all the way down the field for a Joe Broadus touchdown. And now we're behind the chains, first and 20. Or second and 20, excuse me.
It's going to be first down.
Okay.
There's the snap. Monquel up the middle. Monquel getting to the outside. Monquel Cox has got a hole. Garrett Body just shoves the guy out of the way, and that's what I'm talking about with the perimeter blocking by the Hounds. Great job right there, Garrett Body. And Monquel Cox just fast enough to get to the edge.
Yeah, we're learning that the edge is where we need to be. And, of course, we had some great running inside by Joe Broadus, but, boy, the outside, we turned the corner. We've got speed enough to outrun these guys.
Because that one that was called back, Monquel, nobody was going to catch him.
They get first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Monquel still in at the tailback. Cash Force, quarterback, trips to the left. There's the dead play. They do not jump.
They probably watched a lot of film and heard that all week. Don't jump.
There's a snap, going to look to pass. J.T. Haynes is open, and he just drops it.
Pass is incomplete.
Well, 2 times tonight we've had passes right in our hands that we just dropped. You got to catch those balls. You don't ever mean to drop one. They dropped one just a while ago. It cost them a touchdown.
I like the mixing it up there, going with the slant on first and 10 when you think normally we would go in and just try to run the ball. J.T. Haynes, Julius Clark, and Garrett Body at your wideouts. O'Shea Pruitt going to be at your nutback position. There's the snap. Monquel outside. Monquel makes the guy miss. Great job, Monquel, cutting it back up.
Tripped up at about just shy of the 45-yard line.
Just kind of let his right side of the line, get him some space, and he made the best of it.
3rd down and about 8 to go here, and a big call here for the Hounds. Wide side of the field is to Hoxie's side, the other side. See if the Hounds try to get the football on the perimeter out there.
Ball marked at the 46-yard line. There's the snap. Cash going to roll out to his left. Cash has got a man open. J.T. Haynes right through his hands.
Oh, man.
3rd drop for the Hounds tonight, and the first time in a while that the Hounds have gone down the middle of the field. I mean, you can't throw it any better than that. And it'll bring up a punting situation, and those things are just execution type deals, and that's just lack of concentration.
I love the play call right there
for
John Bradley, getting Cash out of the pocket. Offensive line did a great job giving him time, and that's just one of those things. The ball just goes through your hands sometimes. We'll see if J.T. Haynes can punt us deep right here. Hoxie does not have a man deep.
Some confusion on the field, an illegal substitution called against the Greyhounds. We had a guy come on late, tried to get off. Good call by the White Hat.
Legal participation. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
9:14 to go in the second quarter. Hounds up 7-0.
Hoxie now getting the guy back there deep. There's a snap, good snap by Xavier Foster. Going to be a good punt. End over end. We'll see if they're going to try to pick it up. No, the Hounds, great job, great punt right there by J.T. Haynes.
Ball's going to be down just shy of the 15-yard line. Ball spotted at the 14.
Ball going to be marked inside the 15, right at the 14-yard line.
I did notice that time that I was watching Hoxie's return team, and they bailed out on their right side. I mean, just as soon as the punter got the ball. One of them situations that our guys will notice, and maybe sometime later in the game we'll see what happens again, and maybe one of those opportunities where you could get a fake punt. They were certainly bailing.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball at the 14-yard line.
Hounds lead 7-0 with 9:04 to play second quarter.
Empty set for the Mustangs. Going to look to pass. Got a seam route. He catches it. Alberto Garcia going to try to hawk him down. And he's going to go in and score a touchdown.
84 yards.
86-yard touchdown
That's just a great play right there. You're going to spread it out, no tailback. Something we haven't seen a lot on defense is them going empty, and he just runs the same route down the middle of the field.
Just can't let them get behind you ever, no matter where you're at on the field.
Yeah, twice tonight that we've had our defensive backs let guys get behind us. Hoxie missed a touchdown earlier, and they got one there a little bit further this time.
Here's the extra point. It's up. They're going to signal good.
So with 8:54 to play here in the first quarter, the Hounds are going to be in a dogfight tonight. 7-7, this Hoxie football team probably a little bit better than advertised. And the football game brought to you by the City of Newport, the Newport Recycling Center. 217-0070. That's Bonnie. They're located in Newport. They'll accept cardboard, newspaper, magazines, white paper, plastic, tin cans, aluminum, electronics, clothing, glass bottles, you name it. They'll accept it at the Newport Recycling Center. El Puente Restaurant, you can call in, or you can call in and drive through, or you could just come dine with us. That's where all your friends and neighbors are. They're eating at El Puente. Great food. You'll never leave there hungry, and service that is simply unbeatable at El Puente. Jackson's Funeral Home, our family serving your family, the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue, caring comfort in your family's time of need, the Jackson's Funeral Home. And Norman Baker Pharmacy, new location at 2200 Malcolm, formerly the Kroger building at the new White River Medical Center, WRMC Medical Complex, Newport. Norman Baker Pharmacy with the drive-through window.
There's the kick, going to be a high kick, going to call fair catch. The Hounds drop it, but it looks like we're going to get on it. Great awareness, Julius Clark right there.
In great field position.
Ball's going to be spotted across the 50-yard line.
But another drop ball. Another drop ball. And if you're going to win football games, you've got to be able to cradle that ball into the belly.
Absolutely.
And hold on to it. Even on an onside kick or on a short kick like that.
Ball going to be fielded at the 49-yard line where the Hounds will take over. 1st and 10. Joe Brodus back in the ball game at the tailback position. Joe going to split out wide. We got an empty set here. There's the snap. Going to look to pass. He throws it up, and Julius Clark. Great elevation right there to try to go get it. And he throws it only where Julius Clark can go catch it.
I like that they're throwing down the field, down the center of the field, because it will pay off sometime during this game, whether it be running up the gut.
Absolutely.
Well, the first thing it does, it makes those guys in the secondary honor that, so they're going to be conscious of that. So their first steps now are going to be a couple of steps back as opposed to maybe one. Opens up the running game for you quite a bit.
Makes it 2nd and 10. Something we hadn't seen either for the Hound offense, an empty set. Here's the snap. Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe lose a yard there.
He just met him in the backfield, and it was over right there.
Yeah, the guy came off the edge. The Hounds running the trap plane and blocked that guy. And he's just good enough athlete out here at the defensive end position that he got in the backfield and made the tackle.
3rd and 11. 8:18 to go here in the second quarter. All tied up at 7.
They're going to mark it at the 50. Monquel Cox checking in the ball game. Here's the snap, going to roll out to the right. Cash looking deep. Cash has got somebody and he's just overthrown. Like Brian said, it pays off when you throw the deep, and Cash right there just overthrows Garrett Body.
Now, I don't want us to abandon the run by no means, but I do. It doesn't hurt to take a few shots.
7:59 to play here in the first half, and the Hoxie defense does what they have to do. They're going to get their offense back on the field here after the punt.
Make it 4th and 11 for the Hounds. Ball still at the 50-yard line. JT Haynes going to punt. Xavier Foster going to be your deep snapper. Low snap. JT's going to field it. Good punt for JT. Going to fair catch.
Wow, I noticed JT then was 17 yards back from the snapper. 17-yard drop. I hadn't noticed that. I noticed we're normally at 15. A lot of high schoolers do 10 and 12.
25 about the 24, 23-yard.
Kind of assures that you won't get one blocked if you're 17 yards back there.
But then again, you got to throw the extra few yards, and that's the reason why the snap was low right there for Xavier.
He was 17 yards behind the offensive line. Hoxie's football.
Ball fielded at the 22. Here's the snap. Handoff out to the right. Still moving. Great tackle right there on the perimeter. Tariq Richardson.
Just kept stringing it out till we made that tackle. 7:45 to go in the second quarter. All tied at 7 here at Hoxie Mustang Stadium.
Game brought to you by M&P Bank, main office, 2nd Hazel Street, downtown Newport. And Lindley Health and Rehab Center at 326 Lindley Lane.
Make it about 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs. Two-back formation. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off. He's nowhere to go right there.
On the left side, falls forward across the 25, brought down at about the 26-yard line.
Going to be
So gain of about 1 on the play.
3rd and 6.
Going to bring up 3rd down at about 8 for the Mustangs.
This is where the Hound defense has been good all year long on 3rd and long. But Hoxie is a team that can throw the ball, so you have to be aware of that.
Yeah, and they're throwing here.
Ball on the 23-yard line with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the ball game. There's the snap. He looks to pass. He's got a guy just overthrown. Almost picked up by Tariq Richardson.
But the defense was better there. They didn't get behind. It was kind of not a quick slant, but it was a slant. And we were back far enough that if he'd have caught the ball, we'd have been able to make the tackle. 6:31 to play in the first half, 7-7, and another good job by the Newport defense. We got to get our offense rolling on this one, guys.
That we do.
4th and 9. Never know what the fake right here for Hoxie, but you got Tydrell Fryer back deep for the Hounds.
Chance more to punt for the Mustangs.
There's the snap. Going to be a high punt, but it's going to be short. The Hounds are just going to let it fall. We'll see what the commotion about. Hoxie thinks it touched Newport.
Well, I think Hoxie's thinking wrong. I think Hoxie's begging.
Nope. Hounds football.
Well, something that you fans at home a treat tonight. We're actually on the Newport side, which is something not normal for us, and so you're hearing cowbells. You hear Coach Hinesley's wife, of course. So
love it being with our own.
Yes.
First and 10 for the Hounds. Ball right at the 48-yard line. Heavy set to the right. Joe Brodus in. Going to go left. Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus tough running. Joe Brodus. Going to bring up a first down. Joe Brodus almost runs over the referee too there.
That's just, he kept his legs churning, just gritty running.
6:11, clock stops because the yardage was enough for a first down. They'll move the chains, the ball resting near the 40-yard line or maybe right on top of it. First down and 10, the clock now starts.
When you take shots down the field like we've been doing, it opens up that for Joe Brodus.
Yes, sir.
Try to get them offsides right there on a hard count. Mustangs do not fall for it. Here's a snap. Joe Brodus up the middle again. Joe Brodus hitting the backfield.
At the 40-yard line.
Going to be right around the original line of scrimmage at the 40.
Just couldn't find the hole that he found on the last play.
For the Greyhound.
.528 and counting, second quarter. All tied at 7.
Make it 2nd and 10 for the Hounds. Joe Brodus still at the tailback position. Cash Forrester at the quarterback. There's the snap. Going to run it up the middle. Joe Brodus.
Brodus again up the middle, close to 40, brought down at about the 43.
Going to bring up about a 3rd and 5.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7.
Not going to give you the spot that you wanted, Brian. Make it 3rd and 7.
He was a whole lot closer to the 35 than that.
3rd and 7, ball on the 43-yard line. If we do throw right here, we have to catch the ball right here. Going to look to pass. Got Garrett Body out. Garrett Body. Great catch, Garrett Body right there, just going up and getting that.
Had ample time to set his feet, and Cash made a good throw.
Guys, it's plays like that keep drives going. I mean, that you've got to make. You just have to make a good play there. And that's the hardest catch that we've had, the hardest one that we've had to try to catch tonight. We've dropped the easy ones and we make the hard one.
I guarantee you, Coach Hinsley's wanting to stick this, and Coach Bradley, wanting to stick this in the end zone right now because we get the ball when we start the second half.
Yes.
And that's big.
So is Brian, and so is Hayden, and so is David. Let's stick her in. I'm with you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
That catch going to make it 1st down. Monquel Cox going to check into the ball game. Monquel outside. Monquel's hitting the backfield.
That's just a linebacker coming that we didn't pick up.
Under 4 minutes and counting here in the second quarter.
Going to lose about 7 there. Make it 2nd and 17. Ball at the 45-yard line. Excuse me, 35-yard line. There's the snap. Cash going to look to pass again. Garrett Body again. Garrett Body makes the guy miss. Garrett Body, great job.
Going to make that 3rd down a whole lot more attainable like that. And last week, we were in the same situation. We scored that, right before half, went up 14-7, and you saw what happened in the second half.
Going to be about 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 6.
Monquel Cox still at the tailback position. There's the snap, going to look to pass. Cash got plenty of time, got a guy over the middle. And J.T. Haynes can't come down with it.
I mean, he had just real, plenty of time to set up, threw the ball. Just got to make those catches, guys.
And the Hoxie cornerbacks are going to play 5 to 7 yards off because they do not want to get beat deep. And that's what's opening with that hitch route. Garrett Body just thinks he's going to run deep and just stops on a dime to get a 1st down. We'll see what we do here.
Taking the timeout here with 2:55 to go in the second quarter. All tied up 7-7.
How about that cheeseburger and onion rings for $2.99 at the Sonic? I had a couple of those last night. That's
Can't
right.
beat it.
I had a couple of those, I said.
How about the buy one, get one free boneless wings Thursday night after 5 o'clock?
That is correct.
I'll be there Thursday.
I
There you go.
looked at that last night, and I said, I'd just rather have 2 of those, 2 burgers and 2 onion rings is what I'd rather have.
Well, you could make it a ballpark special and get you a burger and onion on
That's right.
Thursday night. Get you a burger and onion rings for $2.99, and then throw in you about a half a dozen, boneless wings.
Well,
and come out of there with 12.
Well, what I really want to do is get me one of them double-size, extra-large Sonic Blasts. Dennis Nail All Surface Resurfacing, 870-664-1224. Guy is into commercial business now with construction companies and architects. 20 years experience in construction and refinishing. If you need some commercial building, concrete polishing, give him a call at 870-664-1224.
Big 4th down. 4th and 7 for the Hounds. 2:55 to go, second quarter.
Ball on the 23. Here's the snap. Going to look to pass. Going to throw the tunnel, and J.T. Haynes throws his hands again.
Well, again, another drop for the Hounds.
Pass is incomplete. Great defense by Chance Moore.
And good defense by Hoxie, and they hold Newport out. Now the defense has got to hold on for 2:51 and hopefully go in at least tied right here, or maybe hold them and get the ball back, try to put points on the board. But I really don't think coming in that anybody thought with 2:51 to go in the first half that we're going to be 7-7. These guys are going to hold us down here. But we had a third down and 6 or 7, and we threw the football and it was incomplete, and we throw it again on 4th and 7, incomplete again.
1st and 10 for Hoxie, ball on the 23-yard line. There's a snap. He's going to look to pass. He has nobody. He's just going to keep it up the middle. Great tackle right there by Zane Watkins.
Now just shy of the 30-yard line.
Good coverage by our defensive backfield, making him scramble up for that.
Down and 5 for the Mustangs.
Defensive back, keep your eye open because Hoxie's going to do anything they can right here to score a touchdown before half, so you never know with a trick play.
And don't let them get behind you. Last time they did, they scored their first touchdown.
Make it 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Ball at the 29-yard line. There's snap. He's going to look to pass. Going to try to throw it deep, a little wheel route. He's got a guy, Alberto Garcia, going to try to hawk him down. He does it. And Tydrell Fryer going to knock him out of bounds.
Well, when you get behind our secondary, you're probably going to get a lot of big plays. And again, the Hounds got beat deep.
Running a little switch route right there with your outside receiver coming in, running the slant, your inside receiver running it on the outside. He was just wide open.
Just can't let them get behind you. 1:58 to go in the second quarter. Hoxie 1st and goal. All tied up at 7 right now.
1st and goal, ball on the 2-yard line. There's the snap. Quarterback keep to the right. They're going to mark him touchdown.
Just 2 long pass plays, one of them 80-plus yards, and then that one right there. And then they missed on a touchdown pass earlier. And the Hounds can't seem to toss it and catch it tonight offensively.
When you got those 3 running backs in the backfield, that just makes it easier when you start catching the ball for them. Here's the snap. They're going to blow a whistle.
There's a flag on the play. Play whistle dead.
Offsides defense. So now Hoxie's going to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2 here. Probably a good call. Move it down to 1.5.
That penalty was against the defense. Ball is moved to the 1.5-yard line.
Put it right at the 1.5-yard line.
Quarterback to the right.
There's a snap. Quarterback is going to keep it to the right. They're going to blow another whistle with a flag. They're going to call another offsides. Make it another half distance.
Go down inside the 1 to the 3/4 line.
Hound defense, see if we can hold them right here and not let them get the 2-point conversion. There's the snap. Quarterback keep right. He's hitting the backfield. We'll see what they're going to call it, and they do call it good. 2-point conversion good for the Mustangs.
Well, these guys have a lot of momentum right here, but there's 1:54 left, and the Hounds will get a chance to see if they can put points on the board. They have 2 of their 3 timeouts left, and it's imperative that the Hounds take that little bone away from these guys because they've got a bone right now, and these Mustangs are holding on to it. September, Life Insurance Awareness Month. We believe in protection. The foundation of planning, and Modern Woodman is about coming together and making a positive impact on each other in the community. It's about being part of something bigger than yourself, and Brenda Benish does just that. She has devoted many hours of public service and been involved in using hundreds of thousands of dollars in her matching fund with Modern Woodman to help folks in the community. Giving back is what she does. Brenda Benish at Modern Woodman.
Another Harrisford kickoff for you. Visit harrisford.com to see the selection of all new and used inventory. They'd love to have you there.
Haven't seen a collision of the week at Newport Auto Body Shop collision of the week yet, but they're going to kick short, and the Hounds are going to have to field the football.
Another high kick. We're going to call fair catch. This time we do field it.
Well, we've got the field position to go score in 1 minute and 54 seconds.
See if the Hounds try to get the football outside on the run game.
Well, I tell you what, during half, I'm going to eat some of these sweets from Sadie's Main Street Sweets down here, David. I mean, we got a couple of boxes full. Hey, reach out to Jill if you want any. 870-217-2299. She will be at Depot Days next week, so look for her or give her a call. She'll fix your order up and deliver it to you.
1st and 10 for the Hounds here. Ball on the 47-yard line. Monquel Cox outside to the right. Monquel, great blocking by the Hounds. Monquel Cox, he's still not down. Monquel Cox, tough running. It's going to be a 1st down for the Hounds.
Well, the Hounds have shown that they can run the football outside with the speed with Monquel Cox.
1:45 still to go in the second quarter.
Clock stops with the moving of the chains. Hounds quickly with the play. Clock will not start until they set the chains.
1st and 10 for the Hounds. Ball right at the 39-yard line. There's a snap. Going to look to pass. Hitch route to Garrett Body again. Garrett Body still on his feet. Garrett Body, great job.
Another 1st down.
Another 1st down for the Hounds.
And more importantly, the clock stops at that stage. 1:28 to play. 15-7 is our score in favor of Hoxie.
Hounds still have 2 timeouts.
First and 10 for the Hounds. Monquel Cox still in at tailback. There's a snap. Handoff up the middle. Monquel. Just going to be finally brought down.
1:07 and counting. Second quarter. Hoxie up 15-7. Clock is rolling.
Hounds do have 2 timeouts. We're down to 53 seconds to go. And slowly to the line of scrimmage.
Going to make it 2nd and 7 for the Hounds. Here's a snap looking to pass. He's got a guy through his hands.
Dropped a touchdown pass. Again, another drop by the Hounds.
38 seconds still on the clock. I think they're having some scoreboard issues. The down and distance isn't working right now.
3rd and 8 for the Hounds here. Need to get a score here before half.
Yeah, Hounds were down here a while ago on 3rd down and couldn't make it on 3rd and 4. 3rd and 8. Now it's 3rd and 6 or 7 a while ago.
There's a handoff. Monquel's got a hole. And then Monquel's going to be hit right around the original line of scrimmage.
31 seconds to go. 4th down.
Timeout Hounds.
Well, you just got to give these guys some Hoxie credit, especially defensively. I mean, these guys are lining up, and it just seems like they're at the right holes. Even when Joe Brodus has had the big runs, he's had to run over people. They've had guys in position to make tackles. Just a lot of times they did not do that. And then our success tonight, has been getting the football to the perimeter. And we've had success throwing the football. We've just not had any success catching it. Well, we've had some, but had too many drops. 31 seconds to go, and it's 4th down and 8. 15-7 our score. So you got to figure what will John Bradley come up with here to get us at least 8 and continue the drive, and we still have a timeout left, so we've got several plays left.
4th and 8 for the Hounds. Empty set. Monquel going to go out wide with O'Shea Pruitt, Garrett Body, Julius Clark, and JT Haynes. There's the snap. Looking to pass. Nobody there. Turnover on downs for the Hounds.
27 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
With 27 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, you know, after Hoxie's touchdown, they kicked short. The Hounds had tremendous starting field position as they have their last 2 possessions and couldn't put anything on the board, and you just got to give credit to Hoxie. Their defense is playing exceptionally well, and their offense is doing what they have to do to put points on the board, and that's exposing a secondary.
We'll see what Hoxie will do here. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 28. There's a snap, just a handoff up the middle. He's got a hole. Hounds, he makes the guy miss, and then he's going to run out of bounds.
Hounds have a player down back upfield, but he's up now.
Tydrell Fryer, that shower again.
Clock will start as soon as he's off the field.
I think they pushed him out of bounds.
Yep.
Ball at the 44-yard line for the Mustangs. When you get a big play like that, you think they're going to go try to score. Empty set. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. Got a guy over the middle. He catches it. And Hoxie's going to call a timeout. The ball's going to be inside the 25-yard line.
Other than the 1 touchdown drop that those guys have had, they've executed throwing and catching the football. And they're going to get a couple of plays here. How many timeouts will they have?
They've got
left?
2 left after that one.
They can do just about anything then, even with 13 seconds to go, but probably a couple of plays here at the most. Boy, and I'm telling you what, guys, it's imperative that the Hound defense holds right here because these guys have a tremendous amount of momentum. They have belief that they can win the football game and obviously have done real well tossing it and catching it, and their defense has been real good.
We've got a couple of new linemen out there. Defensive linemen.
All right, guys, let's get them out here and let's play.
13 seconds.
I want to remind you that the Scott Wood Ram Truck Center halftime show is coming up next at the conclusion of the first half here.
1st and 10, ball on the 24-yard line. There's the snap. He's going to look to pass. Got a guy out in the flats. He does catch it. Only going to pick up a few.
Quick pass, gain of about 2 on the play.
Down to 8 seconds.
Kind of surprised they stopped the clock on that when he fell down.
It did not look like he got out of bounds. I agree with you, Brian.
He didn't.
Well, I'll tell you what that one's going to set up. That one's going to set up a quick out and up.
8 seconds to go.
Trip sets down here to the bottom of the screen.
Empty set for the Mustangs. There's the snap. There's the throw, and it's just overthrown.
I called the play. And they say that only took 5 seconds to run that one. It's a 10-second play at best, or at worst. They're going to get one more play, one more shot at it. You know, the quarterback took the football. He pump faked. He looked, and then he throws the guy that has to run 20 yards into the end zone, and only 5 seconds come off the clock. That's a little Hoxie home cooking.
Well, it does happen in the Twin Cities. It happened down here across the tracks last year.
Same crew.
Going to be the last play of the half. Look to pass. There's the pump fake again. It's knocked away by the Hounds.
Well, the Hound defense does what it has to do here at the end to at least prevent those guys from going up a couple of scores. 15-7, the Hounds trail here at the halftime. It's going to be a dogfight in the second half, but the good thing, the Hounds will get the football to start the second half. And now let's go to the Scott Wood Ram Truck Center halftime report. it's halftime, and we are in Hoxie, Arkansas, but before we got to Hoxie, Arkansas, we were in Newport, Arkansas at the Scottwood Ram Truck Center with my good friend Richard Buffalo. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you.
Hounds 3-0 coming into tonight's ball game. They've been on a roll.
They have been, for sure.
Absolutely. Richard, I've got some stuff that I want to talk about today, and I want to share it with, want you to share it with, actually, the folks in Newport about buying an automobile, because buying an automobile is not one of those things that everybody looks forward to. As a matter of fact,
that's right,
most of us don't like it. Great advantage, and I want you to talk about pricing of your new vehicles that you have in stock, where you take away all the guesswork. How do you do that? Tell us how we do it.
So that's what's neat about, especially, you're looking at a new car today, extremely competitive. Everybody's got their vehicles priced the same. You can look at our website and not have to wonder, well, what can I really buy that for? It's the discounts are already there. You can see them. So, I mean, it, like you said, it takes the guesswork out.
It takes the guesswork out, and then I know years ago there we said we'd have so much rebate on this car and so much rebate on that car, and then you guys just take the discount that the factory's giving you, you post it, you pass it along, and you get a good deal. I mean, that's the price. That's a good way to do business. When you walk into your local convenience store, you walk into your local Dollar General store, you don't go in there and look at a price and they go, okay, how much discount from that? Unless it's got a 10% discount on a display, but whatever. I mean, you just give the price, and that's what you're kind of doing, to say, look, we're competitive with anybody and everybody.
That's right.
All right, now then, used vehicles. We have sold a ton of used vehicles, and we are in the market to get some more late model, clean, used vehicles, maybe some higher mileage vehicles, looking for a few of those. We're looking for vehicles from $2,500 to $30,000. We need some trade-ins. Tell us why we can give more for trade-ins right now, what's happened in the market.
Yeah, so right now the market, there's a shortage of nice used pre-owned cars, and so we're giving top dollar for trades right now, more than we've ever given. And that doesn't mean that we're going to make more. We're just going to make a little less on those cars, because we're trying to have the cars that people need. So,
well, when you give more, and that is a great point that you make, when you give more and you advertise and you're giving more, and then you do get more for that vehicle, how in the world do you sell it and say next week we're going to sell that at a good price? And you just mentioned it.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things, the market kind of fluctuates, and right now, the supply is not as high as what's been in the past. So, we're going to have to turn more of them. So, you're going to be getting a great deal on a used car.
Walk me through the process of buying an automobile here at Scottwood Ram. The process of a customer coming in, how's it going to work? How do you guys do it? What do we do? Tell us how long it takes, generally speaking.
Right.
What's the process that we have to go through to come in and get a vehicle?
It's way easier than it's ever been before. You just come in, sit down, talk to one of our sales reps. They get a few details from you. In a matter of 30 minutes or so, or even less sometimes, we know whether you're approved on a car deal and can have it printed, paperwork printed, and have you out the door. It's, occasionally you might run into a deal that might take an hour or so, but that's not really the norm.
So the process being, y'all come in, you look at a trade-in, you get them qualified to see what they can buy first. Obviously, that's a good thing to do.
Absolutely.
And then you go out and you look at their trade-in, if they have one, and you determine the price on that, and then you go from there.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So, it's a pretty painless process. We try to make it that way. A lot of people are busy these days. We do a lot of stuff over the phone.
Sure.
And even some stuff, you know how people these days are. People like to text.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, a lot of people are texting that kind of information and submitting car deals that way. That way, they don't have to stop, leave their jobs on their lunch break, or they can use their lunch break for actually eating lunch and not having to worry about, getting their information to the car dealer. So it works out a lot better than it used to.
We want everybody to know that we need a chance the next time you get ready to trade automobiles. If you're in the market, we want you to give us the opportunity to try to trade with you. If we don't have exactly what you're looking for here, we'll try to find it. I know this, we can't save you any money until you give us a chance to work that deal.
Yep.
Come see us. We're at Scottwood Ram Truck Center in Newport, and they sponsor our halftime show. We're at Hoxie this week, 3-0 as we went into this football game, first conference game. This is Richard Buffalo. Good to see you, my friend. As always, good luck to Scottwood Ram Truck Center, and good luck to the Newport Greyhounds.
Go Hounds.
Well, second half action, you see we're a minute 20 away, and Hayden Schultz, the Hounds trail 15-7. What happened in that locker room right in there?
I'm sure Coach Hinsley got in them and was working defense, and John Bradley going to have to tell those guys, look, guys, if we're going to win this ball game, we got to catch it so we can open up the run game, because they're packing the box, and Joe's not getting the holes that he normally does. He's having to run people over to get yards, and Coach Hinsley, I guarantee you, just got in those boys' heads and told them we're about to play Greyhound football right here.
We're just a couple of plays away from being, on either side of the ball, up 28-0.
Absolutely.
We're a couple of plays away. I mean, they executed a couple of plays, and we did not execute a couple of plays, but that's part of the game, and that's the beauty of the game. Give these guys credit. They came in, they're hungry, they got after it. They had a big win last week against Cave City, but, Cave City's not one of the great football teams around Northeast, North Central Arkansas, and they had a real bad loss, they say, against Westside a couple of weeks ago, and they were kind of embarrassed by that. But anyway, I was talking to a nephew of mine, Josh Grady, and he was telling me, he said, he coached these guys in Pee Wee. He said, this is a talented bunch. Brian Prince, what do you have to do to win the football game here?
You got to go back to the basics, and that's Greyhound football, running it, and it'll set up that pass to give us a chance. Going, because you said it earlier, we're finding it outside. Monquel Cox outside. If you get outside and loosen them up, Joe can come inside. Cash can throw the ball. Our guys just got to go catch it. Just that simple.
Yeah, I think no doubt that the Hounds, and they put a minute 50 back on the clock, which is fine. I think the Hounds have got to do some things to the outside. I don't know whether they got to run a reverse. I don't know what we got to do offensively. But if you'd have told me that Hoxie was going to shut us to 7 points in the first half, I'd go, no, I don't think so. They're not going to shut our offense down. But they had a tremendous game plan, and we didn't help ourselves with the drops, because a lot of those drops came in situations where we were going to move the chains, and we didn't get it done. So, lots of things that you can do. Defensively, I think we're fine. A couple of big plays taken away there. We've got to be able to execute everything that we do in the second half. We cannot have mistakes.
Absolutely, and this team this year has not been down at half. They're not used to this, but like last year, there was a lot of games where we were down at half and we got things fixed and we came out and we fixed it. So I'm anxious to see how this second half's going to go. Hopefully, the Hounds will get it together right here offensively and defensively, take away big plays, and we have to run the ball.
There was one thing I sat here and thought by myself about that first half. There was one thing that really stood out to me that they worked on and they corrected this week, and that's Zane did a heck of a job snapping that ball.
Yes, sir,
we did not have the high snaps that we had last week.
Yeah.
I mean, and so, kudos to that young man, and kudos to Coach Hinsley for, them working and getting him squared away.
Our fans are on their feet right now, and they're going to have to be huge in this football game for the Greyhounds to win. Where on the field, you can see our bunch getting on there. Hoxie will be on there momentarily. It's just, it's one of those football games where you go, golly gee, I didn't think it was going to go this way. But what you got to do is you got to find a way to win. You got to find a way to win the football game, and it doesn't matter the score.
Right now, you got to find a way to catch that ball, secure it, and get down, because if we do, we're going to have great field position and start the third quarter.
Well, we should. We ought to get it near the 50-yard line. These guys are content. Now they're going to turn around. They're going to kick it this way. They kicked it the other way. They kicked it to our left side as we lined up, the far side of the field as you were looking at on your screen. Now they're lining up like they're going to kick it. Now they're going back to kicking it regular to over there on that side. So they're going to kick it to the far side here. They just kick it high. They make us try to fair catch the ball in hopes that we'll not catch it at all. So we're about ready for the second half. Play-by-play guy coming up. Here's Hayden Schultz.
It's a Harris Ford kickoff where they'd love to have you. High kick, and we're going to go catch it. Great
on their
job.
side of the field.
Great job right there, James Dixon.
Third time tonight that we're going to start the football near or beyond the 50-yard line in their territory. Your offense has got to go take this football down the field right here and put points on the board. It's all about heart and determination right now.
I don't see Ty Drell slinging that arm as bad as he was at the end of the second quarter.
Joe Brodus going to be at the tailback position. Zaywin Smith checking into the ball game at wide receiver. Had a little mic trouble there.
That's good. That's better.
1st and 10. Here's the snap. Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus, nowhere to go.
Handoff goes to Brodus on the right side of the line.
Well, the yards up the middle have been real tough to get. And I mean, that's because these guys are real physical up front, and they're probably winning the line of scrimmage. See what Coach John Bradley pulls out of his hat right here on second down and no gain after the first down coming out of the half.
Ball at the 49-yard line for the Hounds. Trips look here to the right. Joe Brodus still at tailback. There's the motion. Going to kick him out, Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus makes the guy miss. Joe Brodus tough running again.
Right side brought down across the 45.
More yards out there than there are inside. Hoxie has a guy that's down right now, but
you know, with our speed, I really wished we could get it out, you know, a jet sweep or something like that, because, you know, anything to get it away from that cluster that we're running to up in the gut.
well, third down and 5 right here. Young man from Hoxie's okay. He comes out. Another man comes in. 3rd and 5 and a big play.
Ball on the 44-yard line for the Hounds. There's a snap. Going to look to pass. Got O'Shea Pruitt, but they throw it to Garrett Body.
Good throw and catch.
Garrett Body catches again. He's been for sure hands for the Hounds.
And I watched the cornerback over there, guys. If we throw it one more time, it's a pick 6 going the other way, because each time he creeps up there. But that also sets up the little give and go, the little fake and go.
Big 4th down coming up here.
4th and 1 for the Hounds.
And I'd say huge play in the football game, guys.
Absolutely.
Very big.
Joe Brodus still at your tailback position. Julius Clark going to go in at tight end. O'Shea Pruitt at the dubback. A little heavy right formation here. There's a snap. Going to kick out and pull. Joe Brodus just spins. Joe Brodus. Great job, Joe Brodus. Another first down for the Hounds.
Yeah, offensive line there's just got to get a little push. If you can get a little push, Joe can get you a yard or so.
You got to get, you know, you just got to get mean and gritty. Get down there and get with them.
10-16 to play, 3rd quarter action just underway. The Hounds trail 15-7. Had great field position starting once again for the Hound offense. Got to put points on the board right here.
Ball going to be right around the 35-yard line. Monquel Cox going to check into the ball game. There's the snap. Monquel outside. Monquel cuts it back up. Monquel, great running, but there is a flag on the play. Monquel breaks another tackle. Monquel, he's going to be knocked out, but there is a flag on the play. And it is going to be a holding on the Greyhound.
Second time tonight the White Hats got us for a holding. If you don't hold, they won't call it.
You could call it on every down in high school ball.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
The Greyhounds.
Well, it's the worst time in the world to get one, but the Hounds are going to have to overcome the penalty, and it's usually a spot foul. The flag was at the 42-yard line. Let's see if they mark it off from there. No, it was back further upfield, so goes back to the 45, but still it's going to bring up first down in a chunk.
Great run.
Going to spot it at the 45-yard line for the Hounds. Julius Clark going to go back to tight end. O'Shea at the nub back. Monquel still in at tailback. Here's the snap. Just going to hand it off up the middle. Monquel trying to get outside. Does not.
The middle brought down shy of the 40-yard line by John King.
Picked up about 4.
Still trying to find a crease on the inside game there.
Well, you know Hoxie's been watching film on us the past 3 games, and we are a team that likes to run the ball up the middle. So they're going to stack the box and say beat us in the air.
Well, they've got 7 in the box now.
There's the snap. Cash going to roll out to his right. Cash looking for a guy. He's got a guy. Just overthrown to Garrett Body.
Is incomplete.
Well, the Hounds used the middle of the field, but the execution not there because the pass was a little bit too far.
And long for the Greyhounds.
3rd down and, 18, I guess.
Nine minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hoxie up 15-7. 3rd and forever for the Greyhounds right now.
Well, you don't have to get it all here, but you need to get about half of it and have a chance on 4th down if you don't punt.
There's a snap. He's going to drop back, look to pass, going to dump it off to Julius Clark. Julius Clark's got space. Julius Clark to the outside. Great block right there on the perimeter. Julius Clark going to finally go out of bounds.
What a great play call.
Absolutely.
Well, we hadn't seen a lot of screens this year, and it's just it was that time of year when it's in conference play. And, you know, as an offensive coordinator like John is, you don't want to show a lot of your stuff and all of your offense early on in the year, but that's something that we haven't shown. Boy, that we ran it to perfection on a huge, huge down and gets it down for a first down for the Hounds. First down, and what yard line's it on? Can't see that far.
We're on the just outside the 11, just inside the 12.
1st and 10 then. Come on, Hounds.
Joe Brodus back in the ball game. There's the snap. The flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Hounds.
Flag on the play, false start.
Again, one of those pre-snap penalties that, we've had 2 penalties on this drive. One of them the holding penalty after a long run that got us down inside the 5-yard line. This time on 1st down and 10 from the 11, and another mental mistake, just quick movement by the Hound offensive line.
Well, I'll turn it into a positive. It'll give Cash more throwing room. With 8:53 to go here in the third quarter, Hounds trail 15-7 to the Hoxie Mustangs.
Come on, Hounds.
Going to be right at the 16-yard line. Make it 1st and 15 for the Hounds. There's the snap. Cash going to throw. Cash has got a guy, and he just overthrows him.
Had him wide open in the right corner of the end zone. The pass was too far. Cash a little too strong on his last 2 passes. But it was only 1st down, so it's 2nd down and still 15 to go. You got to get a 1st down inside the 1-yard line. It's a pretty good 1st down call. Hounds we've had receivers open all night long.
Cash has to do what he did in the first half and put the ball on the money and hope that these guys can come down and catch the football. 2nd and 15 for the Hounds. There's the snap. Cash going to hand it off to Joe. Joe's got a hole. Joe Brodus, tough running again.
The water's parted right then. The offensive line did a great job. You could see straight through it from back here. 8:37 and counting here in the third quarter.
Joe Brodus just didn't cut back quick enough to hit that hole, and he might have scored right there.
So 3rd and 12 is what the call is going to be. And again, you got a couple of downs here to get these 12 yards. So you don't have to get them off. You get 13, you get a touchdown.
Monquel Cox coming in the ball game. There's the snap. Cash going to pass it out to Monquel. Monquel just drops it.
Another drop.
Great play. I mean, he was so open, he's got to catch it before he runs.
Bring up 4th down and 12 for the Greyhound.
4th and 12 for the Hounds. And like David said earlier, you don't want to show everything, but at the same time, you got to win the conference game. You have to go out there, whatever you got to do, show it and win.
You've got to win here. Can the Hounds get 13 yards here on 4th down? You know the Hounds are going to throw the football, and I bet you they bring the kitchen sink. Here they come.
Snap. He's got a guy. And they're going to throw a flag.
Yep.
It's going to be pass interference on defense.
On the defense.
All right, let's go back to rules right here, guys. The ball's on the 13-yard line on 4th down. I don't think it's an automatic 1st down, is it? And if it is not, it's going to not even be a 1st down. But they'll move it half the distance to the goal. They say
They are going to mark it as a 1st down.
I'd love that.
Garrett Body got tangled up by that guy when he ran that double move right there, try to get to the outside.
I think but it's not a 1st down though, is it?
I did not think it was.
They're signaling 4th down.
They should move it to about the 7-yard line, maybe, or is it inside the?
It's about the 7.
Yeah, that
7-yard line.
That's correct. 4th down.
4th and about 5 for the Hounds.
Wonder if the Hounds even considered kicking a field goal here to make it 15-10.
Motion. There's the snap. Going to look for a guy. He's got a guy. Great catch. Did he get the 1st down is going to be the question.
I think he's short. 1st down, Hoxie.
And it's short.
So Newport comes up short. Field goal there would have made it 15-10. The Hounds come away with 0 there. But as part of it, at least we got it down there. Of course, we got the interference penalty that gave us another play, and we had a great execution of that particular play. We just come up a little short. So now the Hound defense, boy, turnover now. We got to have some help. We got to have some help here.
They got a guy down in the end zone.
Typically speaking, when you got that offense down there like that, pinned back, this is when Coach Hinsley is going to bring pressure, and this is when turnovers happen for the Hounds for the most part.
Well, the Hounds don't use 4 minutes of the clock in the third quarter, still trailing by 8, 15-7 as there's 7:56 to play in the third quarter. Just want to remind everybody about all of our great Greyhound boosters, including Sophie's Jewels, located at 114 Ray Street. Their phone number is 217-5797. Deborah Falwell, and they're just behind Hunan Restaurant, Dr. Falwell's office, and Charlie Southern Tea's available, and you can buy online at sophiesjewels.com. White River EMS, Deanna Long and all her crew at 1811 North Pecan Street, wishing prayers for our good friend Dwayne Kirker. She had posted on Facebook today that Dwayne needed some extra prayers, and we're certainly going to oblige her and wish Dwayne the best of luck. Our prior prayers are with him. Purdy's Flowers and Gifts at 815 Malcolm Avenue. John and Sheridan Chadwell and Mark McGoy Farms, the McGoy family farms, proud to be sponsors here on our Greyhound Boosters. Howard's Glass Company, Rick Bass. He's carried on the tradition of Howard Bass of quality glass and door and window needs, fast, friendly, and affordable service, and we'll get the job done quickly at Howard's Glass, Highway 367 North in Newport. Come on, defense.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Here's the snap. Looked like a fumbled snap.
There's a fumble on the play.
We're going to see. We're signaling that the Hounds have the football. But it possibly could be a safety.
Well, the officials are not in a hurry to get up there and make a decision. They're saying 2nd down. Our kids are asking for our fans to get on their feet, and this is the time when you need to.
Thought that would have been a safety right there. Looked like the guy was in the end zone, but they're going to mark it inside the 1 yard line.
They spread out down there. 3 wide to their right side, our left.
2nd and about 13. There's the snap. Looks to pass. Trying to throw it out. Incomplete pass.
Good coverage, real good coverage. Defensive front made him pass it a little sooner than he wanted, I think.
Guys, the football is at the goal line. So, I mean, that's how close it was to a safety or a touchdown. I'm telling you, he marked it at the goal line, just 1/4 of an inch beyond the little white line.
I'm sitting here watching the bigger monitor next to me, and Dan, has it zoomed in.
Yes.
He was in the end zone.
Wow. Let's just hold them here, guys. Something good happened for the Greyhound defense.
There's the snap. He's looking to his left, trying to throw it. Nothing.
7:25 here in the third quarter. The Hounds make a great defensive stand. Should get the ball in great field position.
4th and 12, and they're going to have to punt out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, well, 10 yards. You know you're going to get great field position. Hounds have got to find a way offensively to sustain a drive and get positive plays and get points on the board. I'd take a snap over his head here.
It's going to be a good snap and another good punt. But it's going to take a Newport roll, and it's going to work out for the Hounds. Ball going to be right around the 32-yard line for the Hounds.
7:13 to go here in the third quarter. Hounds still trail 15-7 to start their second possession of the second half.
And they took off less than 50 seconds on that drive. 40-something seconds on that drive was all the time that came off the clock. The Hounds have great field position. We've had great field position all night, guys.
Absolutely.
You just got to have some execution, put points on the board here. Come on, Hounds. Find a way, fellas. Find a way.
JT Haynes going to check into the ball game at receiver. Monquel Cox going to be your tailback. Garrett Body at your other receiver. Hand off to the outside. Great blocking on the perimeter. Monquel Cox does get to the outside. Monquel Cox. Great running Monquel Cox right there.
Man, he planted his right foot and stuck it back up in there against the grain. That's great running right there.
That's a play designed to go inside again, and it just Monquel on his own didn't see much inside. It broke it to the outside. Good call by Coach John Bradley on 1st down and 10. Come on, Hounds, let's go.
And going to bring up another 1st and 10 for the Hounds. Ball right around the 19-yard line for the Hounds. There's the snap. Monquel up the middle. Monquel's got a hold. Monquel makes another guy miss. Monquel still on his feet. Monquel Cox, tough running for Monquel.
Excellent effort. 2nd and 3rd efforts out there, running hard.
Monquel is down.
He might have just fallen onto the football.
He did. He was still rolling around on top of it.
Gain of about 4 on the play is going to bring up 2nd down.
He does pop up, so he looks like he is going to be okay. Joe Brodus going to check into the ball game for him at tailback.
You know, we hadn't seen Tariq back there tonight, have we?
No, Tariq is not.
Fresh legs.
You know, 2nd down is something I can't see where the ball is from here, and obviously the score clock doesn't get it right.
About 7. We're about
7.
2nd and 7. 6:31 to go, 3rd quarter. Hounds trailing 15-7.
We need a touch.
Julius Clark coming to tight end. O'Shea Pruitt, the nub back on the left side. There's a handoff up the middle. Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus got a hold. Joe Brodus hit. Joe Brodus tough running again. I think he's going to get another 1st down. Joe Brodus
carrying the load.
1st down. Adamant 1st down out of that white hat.
Inside the 10, they called it the 9-yard line, so it's 1st and goal. You got 4 downs. Give me 2.5 per down, guys.
1st down and goal for the Greyhound.
Come on, O-line.
There's the snap. Joe Brodus to the right. Joe Brodus just runs another guy over. Joe Brodus tries to spin out of another tackle and doesn't.
Brodus up the middle. Gain of about 3.
Iberia Bank, located at 200 Olivia Drive here in Newport, offering all types of banking services. Billy Keaty and all the crew. And the Churchman Building Center. You know, there's no job too small or too big. They have Carhartt clothing, and whether it's a minor repair or a major renovation, think Ace is the place on Highway 367 north of Newport. Come on, Hounds.
Looks like it's going to be marked at the 6-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Hounds, or 2nd and goal, rather. Looking to pass. Cash is pressured, then he just throws a bad ball.
Intercepted.
They are going to say that he intercepted it.
Under pressure, and just threw it.
Intercepted by number 13, Ethan Block.
Where nobody was.
.5:32 to go, 3rd quarter. Still a lot of game left here.
Intercepted in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20, I guess. Hounds twice have it inside the 10-yard line and can't come away with points. This is one of those nights when things just haven't gone well for the Hounds. I still have confidence we'll win the football game. But goodness gracious.
I was beating stuff.
Got a beautiful field here at Hoxie. Just a little small in the press box areas on both sides. That's why we're out here doing it in the stands.
Well, I talked to Coach Sears yesterday, and of course, you know, I was asking him, so, you know, you spend all that money on a beautiful track and facility, and then, I mean, they did build a little press box over here, and he said, you know, we just didn't think ahead. They built a press box. It's probably, I think our radio station's in there along with our coaches, but it's smooth, 2 little small windows. It's about 12 feet long, not very big at all, but, you know, that's what I like so much about what we did at Newport. You know, we did a new press box. A young man from Newport's going to be okay, but we'll see who that is.
Julius Clark.
Oh, goodness.
Two-way starter for the Hound, playing receiver and outside linebacker.
Lower extremity on the right side.
So after the interception, ball will be placed on the 20-yard.
That doesn't look good.
Mustangs.
Next man up, 5:32 to play here in the third quarter, 15-7 in favor of the Mustangs. Hoxie with a huge interception.
James Dixon going to check in for Julius Clark. There is the snap, handoff up the middle, has nowhere to go, finally bounces out. Picks up a few extra yards.
O'Shea Pruitt on the tackle.
Shy of the 25-yard.
Doyle Farms, Doyle Family Farms saluting the Newport Greyhounds. The Doyle family extremely involved in our Greyhound programs from Pee Wee all the way through the senior high Hounds. Go Hounds from the Doyle Family Farms. 5:10 remaining third quarter. We trail 15-7.
I said O'Shea and it was Julius Pruitt. My bad.
Going to make it 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. There's the snap.
What a great. Oh,
and the
my.
quarterback kept it.
On the keeper, cutting it upfield.
I got fooled.
That's a great read by that quarterback right there.
That's going to be enough for a Mustang.
And make it a first down for the Mustangs.
Where you can just see a deflated, a lot of time left. You got a quarter plus another third of another quarter.
First and 10, ball at the 35-yard line for the Mustangs. Here's the snap. Just going to hand it off up the middle. He makes a guy miss. Makes another guy miss. Looks like he's going to get another first down.
Well, the difference in the football game right now is that Hoxie wants to win the football game, and it just looks like Newport's kind of going through the motions. We got to have some effort. We just got to make some plays right here. I think we're trying. I think we're giving it all we can give. We're just running to a buzzsaw tonight.
4:07 to go, third quarter. Hounds trail 15-7.
Ball right around the 45. Quarterback keeping it. He has nowhere to go, but he's going to make a few guys miss on the way.
Chandler fakes the handoff. The ball goes past.
He's gotten elusive the last few plays.
Gain of about 6.
Carrying out great fakes.
Second down and about a short 4 for the Mustangs.
He got 7 right then. Second down and 3. 3.5 to play, third quarter, 15-7, and Hoxie on the move into Greyhound territory.
Ball spotted at the 48-yard line for Hoxie. 4 wide, 1 tailback. There's the snap. He's just going to hand it off to the outside. He'll try to spread it. Great job by the Hounds right there.
Kept bringing up a big third down right here.
Make it 3rd and 1.
Clock continues to move, and it becomes the ally of the Hoxie Mustang. There's still a wealth of time left. You just can't let these guys score right here.
Ball at the 46-yard line for Hoxie. Big third down here for the Hounds. And the offside play. And it looks like it is going to get us.
There is a flag on the play. Neutral zone infraction against the Greyhounds.
And it'll bring up a first down for Hoxie.
Well, you feel the dejection from our football team. I mean, you got to find a way right here. You got to summon something deep inside and find a way to make a stop and keep us in this football game right here.
Ball at the 41-yard line where the Mustangs will take over. First and 10. There's the snap, just going to hand it off. He has nowhere to go. Great job by the Hounds, but they are going to call a flag.
Davis around the right side, no gain, but it is a flag on the play.
And it's going to be a holding on Hoxie.
.210 to go here in the third quarter. Hounds trail 15-7.
Football game brought to you by John Minor Jr. Crop Insurance. Visit them at www.johnminorcrop.com. On Facebook pages at John Minor Crop Insurance and Real Estate.
Make it 1st and 25 for the Mustangs. Ball going to be on the other 45. There's the snap. Just a handoff up the middle. Tough running, but the Hounds collapse on him. Great job by the Hound defense.
Minute 45, clock moving, third quarter. We trail 15-7.
This is where you get back into the ball game right here, make a stand, because they are way behind the yard markers. Coming up on a minute to go here in the third quarter.
And they're doing a great job of milking the clock and running the 25-second clock down to 3 or 4 before they snap.
2nd and long for the Mustangs. Here's the snap. Just going to hand it off up the middle again. Nowhere to go. Hound defense, great job.
Hey, there's the Swarm. The Swarm was back. Good to see you boys. Under a minute to go.
Connor Prince going to check in the ball game for Dalton Phillips.
I'd say the next two plays, guys, are not the balance of the game, but just certainly important. We just can't let these guys score again.
No, sir.
3rd and long, ball going to be right at the 49-yard line. Low snap. He's got a guy deep, and he does catch it, and we will track him down, but he fumbles. They say he's down. I do not know about that one.
Well, and again, guys, you get beat. You have a guy get behind you, 4 or 5 yards, and it's easy throw and catch if you can just throw it out there, and they get behind us again. For the 4th time tonight, 3 of them have been long plays.
On 3rd and forever.
3rd and 20.
As bad as I hate to say it, you shouldn't let them get behind you, but we had this crew on the field officiating last year. Several questionable calls last year. I mean, just so many I've never seen as many in high school games last year.
Ball inside the 10-yard line. There's the snap. Just going to hand it off. He's going to get outside. He's going to dive in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
That's just the difference in those guys just wanting to. I mean, you just see it. You just feel it. You just great game plan coming in, and their game plan was to attack our real feisty and up front secondary who attacks the run game.
10 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
There's the snap. The kick is up.
No good.
No good.
Well, it's 21-7 with 10 minutes to go.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go, excuse me. The Hounds are going to get great offensive field position for the 5th time tonight. Can we do anything with it? I mean, that's the key right here. I mean, you got plenty enough time to win the football game, but there is no doubt right now it's a do-or-die drive for the Newport Greyhound football team. They've come into Hoxie right here, and I don't know whether we were overlooking Hoxie, not thinking that these guys were very good. We just haven't executed as well as we need to execute to win the football game on either side of the ball. So and sometimes that happens, and you just keep plugging and hope you can pull this thing out and try to get a victory. Well, 22-21 would be a great victory for the Hounds.
We're going to have to catch some passes and make some big runs for that to happen. And it's possible. A lot of game left.
Well, you just look at how many times our offense has had great field position starting out, been inside the 10-yard line out of our last 2 possessions, came away with nothing. And I know that it happened earlier in the second quarter. It's just one of those nights where their defense has just played a little bit better than our offense has at this point. But time left in this football game for the Hounds to come back. You never know what can happen when there's a quarter to play, especially when you got a group of gutty kids like I know the Greyhounds are.
We got to catch this and secure the ball.
There's the kick. It's going to be high. Monquell's going to get on it. Monquell makes a few guys miss. Monquell runs backwards. And it's going to be right around the 25-yard line. Kicks it a little bit deeper that time. And Monquell trying to run backwards to get to the outside and just doesn't break free of the tackle.
And obviously the worst starting field position than that for the Hounds after a kickoff. So we got our work cut out for us, guys.
Well, we have scored fast last week, so we can do that.
They're going to mark it at the 28-yard line for the Hounds.
Work to be done. Let's get it done.
James Dixon checking in the ball game. Also Zaywin Smith. Joe Brodus at your tailback. Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus got a hole. Joe Brodus tough running. Joe Brodus stiff arming the kid. Still dragging him. Joe Brodus tough running. Joe Brodus again.
Clock's going to run out in the third quarter right there. 0-0-0 on the clock. 21-7 the Hounds trail in the football game. I didn't believe that we'd be saying that going into the fourth quarter, and I really do, guys. If I didn't think the Hounds could win this football game, I'd say I think the Hounds are in big-time trouble and can't win the game. But I think the Hounds can win the football game. But you got to get some breaks, and you got to make yourself some breaks. You got to put points on the board. I mean, we just got to put some points on the board. And right here, that's a good start with a big run by Joe Brodus, and a lot of that was because of that offensive line. Greyhound Boosters includes the Sam Nicholson Farms, supporting Greyhound athletics for over 4 generations, and more on the way, the Nicholson Family Farms. By Glass Plus, located at 1110 Highway 367 North, handling residential, commercial, and automotive glass. We do mirrors, screens, prints, picture framing, and auto glass repair and replacement. 523-3505. Mark Manning Shelter Insurance, auto, home, life, business, renters insurance. We're your shield, we're your shelter at Mark Manning Shelter Insurance. And B&T Battery, the battery guys. We handle all types of batteries from your auto, boat, ATV, and golf carts. We do sales and service on golf carts too. Come by and see the battery guys, or call Neil or Keith at B&T Battery, 523-2758. Come on, Hounds, let's go.
1st and 10 for the Hounds. Ball right around the 47-yard line. Here's the snap. Going to look to pass. Garrett Body. Going to say incomplete pass. Garrett.
Pass is incomplete.
Well, the pass was short. Timing was not there on that particular pass.
You have to score right here. It is urgent to score for the Hounds and make it 2nd and 10 for the Hounds. Hand off, Joe Brodus trying to go outside. Joe Brodus nowhere to go.
Well, they're just green jerseys everywhere. 3rd down and long. I think Joe will lose a little there. Hounds are going to have to play a little toss and catch here. 11:37 to play in the football game. We trail 21-7.
We're down to about 12 for the Greyhound.
We hope to have a George Kell Motor Company player of the game. Hope to see a Newport Auto Body Shop collision of the week. We hope Coach Hansley will join us after the contest.
Ball at the 45. Cash looking to pass. Cash is pressured. Cash just throwing it out of bounds.
As he releases, pass is incomplete.
There is a flag on the play.
He pointed towards Newport, and then he pointed towards Hoxie.
After the throw.
They both went at it a little bit there.
Big discussion.
Personal foul against the Greyhound.
Personal foul against the Hounds.
Hounds are going to have to punt.
That's going to back him up 15 yards.
Won a huge after the play, dead ball penalty on the Hounds.
4th and about 27.
I mean, the deal is it cost you 15 yards in field position.
There's the snap. JT going to kick it, low kick. It is going to go end over end. And going to go right to the 40-yard line.
10:51 to play here in the football game. 21-7 in favor of Hoxie. Hoxie doing things right tonight. Well, they got a big old offensive line. Just look at those guys. These guys came ready to play tonight. Football game brought to you by Lou Allen and Company. Lou Allen Family and Company for accounting services, tax preparation and planning, management consulting services, and payroll. Representing 3 generations of Greyhounds, located at 407 Walnut Street. Call 523-6764. Hoxie can salt this game away with a drive right here, a time-consuming drive. The Newport defense has got to have a stop.
They're going to take over at the 40. 1st and 10, Hoxie. There's the snap, just a handoff up the middle. He's met.
And you're probably going to see a large dose of running right here.
Yeah, they'll use the clock, no doubt about it. What you can't do if you're Newport is after the play get another dead ball penalty and give those guys 15 yards in a situation where they're trying to run out the clock, or they're trying to run out the clock more, or run the clock more so than they are trying to score right here.
Make it 2nd and 9. Ball at the 41-yard line.
Look for the quarterback.
There's the snap, just a handoff up the middle, trying to get outside. He has nowhere to go by the Hound defense.
So 3rd down and long. Hound defense needs a stop. You expect these guys to throw the football, and you expect your cornerbacks to be able to cover.
9:45 and counting. 4th quarter.
Going to lose one on that, back him back down to the original line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line. There's the snap, just going to hand it off up the middle. Nowhere to go, Hound defense. Going to make it 4th and 9.
So again, the Hound defense does what they have to do. 3 long pass plays been the difference in the football game. And Newport's inability to score offensively when they got in the red zone. Come on, Hounds. .25-second clock.
There's the snap. Going to be another good punt for Hoxie. Tydrell going to catch it, make a guy miss. Tydrell trying to get outside, and he's finally met. Tydrell still on his feet, and then finally going down.
Well, you can't have time-consuming drives. You got to have chunk plays here. You got to have some plays that you can get 15 or 20 yards at a time, and plays that stop the clock because of the 1st down. So what does the Hound offense draw up here, trailing 21-7?
Tydrell going to get that ball right around the 33-yard line for the Hounds. And the Greyhound fans still standing up, cheering on these Hounds. Monquel Cox at the tailback. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off to Monquel outside. Monquel going to be brought down. Pick up about 4.
Trying to work it outside. Trying to use his speed.
8:15 left in the game and counting.
Still hadn't seen Tariq in the backfield tonight.
Make it 2nd and 6 for the Hounds.
Hounds can ill afford to continue to. 25-second clock is down to 4, 3, 2. Getting the playoff. We're not trying to run clock.
They are going to call a flag. It's going to be a horse collar.
Hounds need to get a play, and they'll get one in quickly right here. They'll mark it off. It's going to be a first down. Need a play in. You don't need to be running plays when the game clock is running and you run the 25-second clock down to 2.
If we're ahead, yes.
Personal foul,
And that is going to give the Hounds a first down.
7:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hounds trailing 21-7 with the ball at midfield.
Hounds quickly to the line of scrimmage this time. We got to roll, guys.
There's a snap. Cash looking to pass. He gets it off, and that guy just breaks it up.
Well, the positive part of that is wasn't going anywhere, and it does stop the clock and saves the timeout.
And Tariq does check into the ball game at tailback now.
Going to bring up second down and 10.
Second down and 10. The ball at midfield. 7:28 remaining in the football game. We trail by 2 touchdowns, 21-7.
There's the snap. Going to look to pass. Cash makes the guy miss. Cash just throwing it into traffic. That's a great catch right there. Garrett body. Great catch, Garrett, in traffic. Just shy of the first down.
Well, it's close. They're going to
call it first down.
No, first down.
Hounds need to play quickly. Let's go. Cash.
Great pitch and catch.
Cash comes over and gets the play here. Now the 25-second clock will start, and the game clock starts with 7:18 to play.
First and 10 for the Hounds. Ball on the 40-yard line. There's a snap. Cash looking to throw. Makes a guy miss. Cash sacked in the backfield.
Nobody to throw to. That's a coverage sack. And the clock will continue to run.
Yep, we're under 7 minutes now.
Bring up second down.
Behind the flags again.
16 for the Greyhound.
Well, that time he just didn't have anybody to throw to, and it's better to take the sack than to throw the pick.
They've got 6 back. Right now is when we ought to just be running all over them.
How about a draw?
Only have 5 men in the box. There's a throw behind O'Shea Pruitt.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 24, Pruitt.
Third down and 16 to go.
And long for the Greyhound.
And again, a draw play right here might not be a bad call.
There's a lot of improvement can be done tonight, but the main one is the crew over there working their scoreboard, the downs and distance and yard where it's at. It's terrible.
There's a snap. Cash going to look to pass. Great protection. Got a man. And it's picked off. Hoxie going to pick it off. He's still running. And finally going to be brought down around the 40-yard line. That is not what you want to see if you are a Greyhound fan.
Well, it went through somebody's hands. We were there, I thought. Did we not miss it?
It was high.
Little high.
Little high. He goes up, gets it, tips it up, and
still should have been caught.
They're hollering Oski.
That is the second interception for number 13, Ethan Blocker.
6:11 to play in the contest. Hoxie needs to run out 6 minutes and 11 seconds to get what I would consider a huge upset victory over this Newport Greyhound football team.
Absolutely.
I don't think anybody saw this coming.
Mm-mm.
First and 10. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Good running again by Hoxie. Going to pick up about 2.
And I'm going to bet you they run the next 2 plays up the middle.
Down at about 8 for the Mustangs.
Clock moving, under 6 minutes to play in the contest. 21-7. We still haven't seen a Newport Auto Body Shop Collision of the Week. And again, we hope we have the Coach Hansley Show, sponsored by Subway. Player of the Game Show, sponsored by George Kell Motor Company.
Second and 7 for the Mustangs. There's the snap. Quarterback going to keep it to the left. Quarterback's got some room. Still going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down.
You're talking about running the clock. That time they didn't even start the 25-second clock, so they could have stood there forever. There's the whistle. Now it does start. 3rd down and short.
We still have our full allotment of timeouts.
There's the snap. The quarterback looks like he is going to get the first down.
Yep, got first down and about 3 more. 4:39 to go. Hounds trailing 21-7.
The difference in the football game has been the air attack for both sides, their ability to convert and our inability to do so. And it happens. They're high school kids.
As we said every night this week, you can't let them get behind you.
45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Another handoff up the middle. He had nowhere to go. Now he's going to bounce it outside.
That's coming back on the hold.
They are going to throw a flag.
Inside of the line, ball down across the 35. There is a flag on the play.
They are going to call holding on Hoxie. Once again, defense gets another big break right there on a holding call.
You know, realistically, looking back on this football game tonight, Hoxie's defense, our inability to convert, but boy, their defense has been real good. If you'd have told me, this afternoon the Hounds were going to get 7, I'd say you're absolutely crazy. It might be 7 1/4.
We've aided them terribly. I mean, just a lot.
Well, it's an execution deal. It's just an execution. These guys executed when they had to, and they got 3 long passes, 2 of them.
1st and long for the Mustangs. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. He has nowhere to go. Pick up maybe 1 on the play.
Hounds got to think about using timeouts here.
3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the game.
Yep, they're not good anywhere after the next 3 minutes, 34 seconds.
I mean, you got to use them or the
game will end.
Yes.
Hoxie is going to milk a little bit of the clock here. Delay of game. Or did they get the timeout? They did call the timeout.
Well, those guys are doing a great job and
So with 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the game,
running that clock. Hounds have 3 timeouts left. Maybe wanting to save them for their next offensive series, but there may not be one.
3:05 left in the ball game.
Yeah, they've ran off 3.5 minutes, right? I mean, just in a matter of 3.5 minutes. I mean, we could have killed it.
Well, the Hounds are going to have to regroup. I mean, you would have to have a couple of miracles to win this football game, and you learn life's lessons. I mean, sometimes things don't go your way, and you just got to pick up the pieces. And I think it would be fair to say that coming in, I think the Hounds were a heavy favorite. I think offensively that you'd have thought the Hounds would have put up 40 points. And talk to some folks that were talking about a rout coming in. I said, well, you got to make it a rout. It's not just going to be a rout. But when I saw these guys come out and I saw them line up and I saw how big they were and strong looking that they were and how athletic that they were, I thought, now there's something to these guys. And I know they're well coached.
Still 2nd and long for Hoxie. There's the snap. He's going to look to pass. He's hit as he throws. They're going to throw a flag.
Absolutely terrible.
There is a flag on the play.
Both guys just going up for the ball there.
Yep. I mean, it's free game when it's thrown up like that. Just absolutely terrible. But again, same crew as last year when we played Walnut Ridge.
Still talking it over. You never know. It might be an offensive pass interference, Brian.
Well, they both went up. I mean, it's just, an offensive guy going and a defensive guy going. It's just that.
I can tell you what I saw. Nothing.
Yeah.
I saw an incomplete pass.
I didn't even see that. I can't see that far.
Well, brother, 2 weeks ago, I invested over $700 in a pair of glasses so I could see the other side of the field.
That's going to be enough for Mustang first.
It is pass interference on the Greyhounds.
Coach Hansley's going to ask for an explanation. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Come back to the line of scrimmage and mark off 15 yards.
Good thing is it is not a spot foul.
Yes. And it should be. I think they need to change that rule in high school. It needs to be a spot foul.
Correction, no first down on the play. 2nd down. Ball's going to be spotted on the 41 yard.
2nd and about 5.
Going to be about 2nd down and 5.
Hounds will definitely, if you can hold them here short of a first down, the Hounds will use a timeout.
Play clock going to get under 5 for Hoxie. There's the snap. Quarterback going to keep it again. Just sticking his shoulder down, going to pick up about 2.
O'Shea Pruitt tackle.
3 on the play is going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the Mustangs.
Hounds get a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Greyhound. So with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the game, the Mustangs lead the Greyhounds.
2:40 remaining. In the football game, Hounds did take one of their 3 timeouts. Third down and short coming up. It's never fun when you lose. But what you got to do is you got to learn why you lost. And you got to improve.
Absolutely. And this is going to turn some heads in the conference saying, well, Hoxie gave Newport a good ball game.
Yeah, gave them a good ball game. Yeah, beat them. And let me tell you what, it makes Hoxie a contender. And if you look at, those teams that are pretty good, you got Pickett's pretty good, Osceola's real good, Rivercrest is real good. Who am I missing?
Walnut Ridge.
Yeah, Walnut Ridge is coming off not quite as good as what they have been. I don't think.
But that's as big as offensive line as we've seen in their 3 compared to the 2 4s and the 5 we've seen.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
There's the snap, just a halfback up the middle. He's met. He's going to be short.
Hounds will use another timeout here. Well, I thought we would.
Gain of about 2 on the play is going to bring up 4th down. 4th down and about 2.
Play clock starts now, so they're going to get it under 2 minutes. 4th and short for Hoxie.
Well, you got to have some thought process of.
If we don't have enough time to score the first one, There's no need to worry about the second score.
Well, Hounds elect not to call a timeout. Runs down to 1:51, saving their timeouts if you get the football back. No guarantee that you're going to get it back here.
Folks, if you're a Hound, this one burns your gut.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
This one burns your gut.
This is a tough one. This is going to be a tough loss for the Hound football team, and you know I say this. In all fairness, I think we got beat by a pretty good football team here tonight, who outplayed us on a night when they needed to outplay us. On the one time this year when they scheduled us, I think their execution was better than ours tonight. I think they just outplayed us. I don't think it was a matter of preparation. I think it was just a matter of execution. I think they executed when they had to, and we didn't.
We didn't. We had the ball inside the 10 two times and couldn't score. That's the difference in the ball game right now.
And one time earlier inside the 20.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game.
They're going to go 4-5 wide. Just going to hand it off outside. We'll see where they mark it. They do throw a flag.
It's a first down.
Well, here's the key right here. If obviously that's a dead ball foul, so if he gets the first down and the foul is against Hoxie, you give them the first down. Now let's see what happens. Let's see if they get these guys get it right. If there was a penalty after the play, you give them the yard to gain on fourth down and say, okay, then it's a dead ball foul after that. If they got the yard to gain, they may not have got the yard to gain. It looks like the defense is coming in. And I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They're going to replay fourth down, it looks like. The punt team going to come out for Hoxie.
I thought the defense was going to come in. And we have a guy back inside the 10.
Hounds do not go for it. High punt. Going to take a good Hoxie bounce and then bounce back right at the 21-yard line.
Well, 1:34 remaining in this football game. 21-7. The Hounds do have a couple of timeouts left, but you've only got 1:34 to work with.
1 minute and 34 seconds remaining in the game. The Mustangs lead.
When you're on offense, you have the opportunity to create your own timeouts by making first downs. When you're on defense, you don't have the opportunity to create timeouts. That's why you need to use them. Because you're not thinking a 4-yard gain here. I mean, you're thinking chunk play. You have to be thinking chunk play.
Absolutely. Cash going to pass, and he's hit. That's a sack.
1:25 clock moving, and
offensive line going to hurry up, try to get set. There's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash getting out of the pocket. Sacked again.
PA announcer over there is getting a little excited. Why'd they stop the clock?
They only won 2 games last year, man.
Well, they need to get a little excited.
Getting a little excited.
Well, I'm going to say this. They beat a good football team tonight. I think the Newport Greyhounds are a good football team, and you'll see us rebound.
Riggs and John T. in on a big tackle.
But we're going backwards right here because we can't get them blocked.
Incomplete pass.
Did we ever see Julius Clark go back in?
Yes,
Julius
sir.
Clark is back in the ball game. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's standing back there by the quarterback.
Cash is going to come out.
Looks like he's got looks like a shoulder.
(21-7), 1:07 left in the game. Hounds are trailing. Tydrell dropping back, looking to pass. Tydrell just going to throw it up, and it's a pick. And he's going to go to the house for 6. Touchdown, Hoxie. I will say this about Hoxie. We were not expecting it, but the defensive coordinator, hats off to that guy. He had a plan to stop that heavy running attack.
Yes, he did.
The Hounds had to get away from it because they started piling the box. The Hounds did not catch the ball. Hats off to those guys. I think they did an excellent job executing their plan tonight against a really good Greyhound football team.
I think you're absolutely right, and it's a great point, Hayden. Just that they did what they had to do to stop the Greyhounds, and the Greyhounds couldn't counteract with the passing game because of drop passes.
Kick is up.
Kick is up, and it's good.
Well, it's one of those nights because Ball Knob just beat Harding Academy, and that doesn't happen often.
Right.
And, I mean, you know, like I said, if you've been a Greyhound all your life like we all have, Coach Mathis used to tell us, you know, if we whiffed a play, had a bad play, the thing used to be, son, you couldn't play for Hoxie. Well, Hoxie's playing football now.
Yeah, and they have for the last several years. And matter of fact, they had talked about that more, and I can't see it from here, but looking at some of the conference championships that they'd won, and I looked at it yesterday when I was here, and it's, you know, like 10 out of the last 11 years these guys have been in the playoffs. They didn't go last year, so these guys got a good football program. Tom Sears, you know, former ASU quarterback, and just has done a marvelous job here. And, you know, and I will say that, you know, Hoxie is Linda Black's alma mater. There's Mary Reed right there, her alma mater. But my hat's off to these guys. They did a tremendous game plan. They executed a game plan, and they just won the football game. They just won the football game, and, of course, they get a late one there. You look at the 21 points that they got, all passing, not the touchdowns, but all deep passing either got them in the end zone or set them up for the score when they got behind their secondary.
Another high kick. Garrett Body just going to fair catch it at the 40-yard line.
56 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Hounds trailing 28-7. We'll be back home next Friday night, homecoming against Walnut Ridge.
Newport Auto Body. We invite you by if you got a little ding or a major repair that needs to be done. We invite you by to use those guys. You know where they're located. Formerly Brand Body Shop. Same 3 guys that have been there doing that work for many, many years. Give those guys a try next time you need a little paint work done, need a little dent removed. We have no hit of the week. Hounds are in motion here. But we thank Newport Auto Body for sponsoring the hit of the week. I don't ever remember not having one, guys.
Offsides on Hoxie there.
Well, we just took a hit, 28-7.
55 seconds remaining. This puts Hoxie in the upper echelon of the conference and a team to beat.
Absolutely. There's a snap. Tydrell's going to keep it. Tydrell makes a guy miss. Tydrell making another guy miss. Tydrell finally going to go down.
Hoxie has their second unit in the football game right now.
Going to bring up second down at about 3 for the Greyhound.
No need for the Hounds to call timeout now, but they still have the 2 that we thought we would use earlier defensively when there's still a possibility for the Hounds to win the game.
Second and short for the Hounds. Make it about 3. There's the snap. Tydrell just going to hand it off to Monquell. Monquell going to pick up a first down. This one stings, like we said earlier. It hurts, but at the same time, we go in Sunday or Monday to watch film, see what we did wrong, and it prepares you later on in the road on teams when we go to playoffs who can throw the ball.
That's correct. That is correct.
That'll do it.
28-7.
28-7, guys, and let me say this. You just got to tip your cap to those guys. We come up here, they execute their game plan better than we execute ours. They win the football game. Brian, your final thoughts?
We just we got outplayed. We just didn't make the catches, and we didn't make the blocks. We didn't make tackles. We have to go back to the drawing board this week and, put them out there. Who wants to be a Hound? Who wants to lace it up and go forward? It's just that simple. It's homecoming week.
Hayden?
Yeah, the Hounds are going to bounce back from this. I have no doubt that they're going to come in and fix things. But like I said earlier, this one stings, losing to Hoxie, a team that you are pretty much going to be a favorite to, at least a 2-touchdown favorite, and to come out and get beat like this. But working on the defensive passing for the opposing team is going to help us. And we will learn, and I think Coach Hines is going to do a great job getting these boys back. But the big thing to take away from this is you got to find somebody who wants to catch the football and go score.
I agree with you, sir. I agree with you, sir. That's a great summation from both of you guys. And it wasn't what the Hounds wanted tonight, the opening conference game, trying to go 4-0 for the first time since 2007. It didn't happen. A lot of football left, a lot of football for the Hounds. Still playoffs. You know, you look down the road. But let me tell you what, it does sting to lose this one. Hounds lose 28-7. Hopefully Coach will be up momentarily. Until next time, so long, everybody. Do want to remind everybody that Coach Hinesley did bring Alberto Garcia up, and he was here ready to talk. We had a little issue that happened after the game, and anyway, they needed to look at some of our film, so we had to spend about 30 to 40 minutes looking at our film and try to straighten out an issue here at the ball field. But anyway, the Hounds lose the football game, and I did want to say they did show up. They did show up, and Coach said that because of the issue that we had, that he'd do it at a different time. But anyway, the Hounds lose 28-7, and it's Walnut Ridge this coming weekend at home. Homecoming should be a big week. This football team still got a chance to be a very, very good football team. I think Coach Hansley and his staff will get these guys back on track. Might have overlooked these guys a little bit. It didn't look pretty as the game went along, but you know, sometimes that happens, this grand old game of football, and the Hounds come up short tonight, 28-7. But looking forward to the rest of the season. We've played 4, we got 6 left, plus playoffs. Looking forward to the rest of it. For the gang, David Black. Until next time, so long, everybody.